Hello, dear friends, and welcome to our channel. Today, we embark on a journey into the heart of timeless wisdom and divine grace as we explore chapter 11 of the Tamil epic Manimekalai. This section brings us the inspiring story of Athirai, a tale steeped in virtue, resilience, and the sanctity of chastity. In the bustling city of Kaveripatnam, where life thrived amidst the vibrant chaos of trade and tradition, there lived a young woman named Manimekalai. Guided by the sage Arvana, she was reminded of her homeland's plight, a famine gripping the land despite the flowing waters of the Kaveri. Whether this calamity arose from Indra's displeasure or the king's misdeeds mattered little, what truly mattered was the suffering of the people. It was her duty, the sage urged, to wield the sacred grail not as a relic but as a source of relief for the needy. To hoard its power would be akin to the devas selfishly keeping the nectar of immortality after churning the ocean. With gratitude and resolve, Manimekalai, accompanied by Madhavi and Suthamthi, took leave of the sage. She donned the humble garb of a Buddhist mendicant nun and stepped into the main street, the grail cradled reverently in her hands. The sight of her stirred murmurs among the townsfolk. Some lamented her transformation from a celebrated dancer to a wandering ascetic, while others marveled at her unwavering dedication. Yet, amidst their whispers, Manimekalai remained steadfast, seeking one whose purity could sanctify her first auns. Her search led her to Kaichandika, a wanderer tormented by an insatiable hunger that gnawed ceaselessly at her soul. When asked about a woman of exemplary chastity, Kaichandika pointed toward Athirai, likening her to a lotus rising above the waters. Hear her story, she urged, for it is one of extraordinary virtue. Athirai's tale began with sorrow and betrayal. Her husband, Sadhuvan, had squandered his wealth in reckless pursuits, abandoning her for the fleeting allure of a courtesan. When his fortune dwindled, so did her affections, leaving him destitute and adrift. Seeking solace in distant lands, he joined traders on a perilous voyage across the seas. But fate intervened, the ship was wrecked in a storm, and news reached Kaveripatnam that Sadhuvan had perished along with many others. Overcome with grief, Athirai resolved to perform sati, the act of self-immolation upon her husband's pyre. The burning ground was prepared, the pyre lit, and Athirai entered its flames with solemn determination. Yet, miraculously, the fire refused to consume her. Her garments remained untouched, the sandal paste on her skin retained its fragrance, and even the garland in her hair stayed fresh. Bewildered and despairing, she cried out, believing herself unworthy of death. Then, a divine voice echoed from above, "Do not grieve, Athirai. Your husband lives, cast ashore in the land of the Nakas. He will return to you in time aboard the merchant vessel of Chandrachatta." Heartened by these words, Athirai rose from the pyre and returned home, dedicating herself to virtuous living. Her faith and patience became a beacon for all who knew her, earning her the admiration of noble women throughout the city. Meanwhile, Sadhuvan endured trials far beyond the shores of his homeland. Washed ashore in the rugged hills inhabited by the Nakas, a tribe of fierce warriors, he found himself at their mercy. Weak and weary, he might have met a grim end were it not for his mastery of their language, which earned him their respect. Brought before their chief priest, Sadhuvan faced questions about life and death, morality and rebirth. With wisdom born of experience, he explained the transmigration of the soul, offering insight into the eternal cycle of existence. Moved by his teachings, the priest sought guidance on how to live rightly within the confines of his nature. Sadhuvan advised compassion over cruelty, urging them to spare shipwrecked travelers and harm no living creature unnecessarily. In gratitude, the Nakas bestowed upon him treasures salvaged from past victims, riches that would later aid his return to Kaveripatnam. Reunited with Athirai, Sadhuvan embraced a life of charity and contentment, forever cherishing the wife whose fidelity had defied even the flames of death. And now, standing before Athirai's humble abode, Manimekalai felt a profound reverence wash over her. As Athirai greeted her with kind words and filled the sacred bowl with rice, declaring, "May hunger cease on earth for evermore," Manimekalai understood the depth of the vow she carried to alleviate suffering and uphold righteousness. Thus begins the journey of Manimekalai, guided by the example of those like Athirai, whose lives shine as beacons of hope in times of darkness. What lies ahead for our heroine? How will the sacred grail shape her path, and what challenges await her in the chapters to come? Stay tuned to discover more of this enchanting epic, and consider subscribing to our channel if you wish to delve deeper into the timeless tales of wisdom and wonder. Until next time, may your hearts be filled with inspiration and your minds enriched by the stories of old.